Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Chef Rob, coming to you from Hampton Bays, Long Island. We have a lot of libraries all over the country that are doing this summer camp with us. Can you believe it's week 8? I want to thank you all for participating and for all you patrons that watched every single week. It has been a pleasure. I love doing it. My son Chris, he's been fantastic with me. And later on, you'll get to meet Chris, okay? And he's going to do some cooking, and I'm going to do a little filming later. So we're going to switch roles. What do you think about that, Chris?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I hope everybody is good. I hope everybody's healthy. And before watermelon season is out of here, which we're getting there, let's make some watermelon fire and ice salsa. Okay, I'm going to go over some different things about the watermelon too. Okay, so the watermelon, when you buy it, you want it really, really heavy. Okay, the rounder it is, the better it will be, the sweeter it will be. The more consistent of lines like this is more perfect, okay? And that will ensure you have picked out a really good watermelon. You want to see a nice yellow spot like this, okay? So the sun has gotten to it. It's going to make it really, really ripe, okay? What do you got, Chris?
We got a few comments.
Sure.
A few people saying hello. The Rockville Center Public Library said, we're excited about Chef Chris's cooking debut. Thank you. Linda said, Chef Rob and Chris are both fantastic. Barbara said, hi on our last night together for summer.
Yes.
And Susan said, love these weekly camp programs.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. So let's start cutting up the watermelon. A couple other things. You want to hear some hollowness inside here. Okay, that's a good sign. And it should have like a dry look on the outside. Okay, that is better. What do you got, Chris?
Brian said, scary stuff with Chris cooking and Chef Rob being the cameraman.
It can be scary, but he's gonna be great. I'm worried about me as the cameraman.
That's what we're all worried about,
We're all worried about it, yes. Yes. So everybody, I'm going to cut up some watermelon. I'm going to use 1/4 of a watermelon, okay? Now, on the recipe, it's for a very small amount because you can just double it, triple it, however you want to do it. I like to just cut these little ends right here off, throw them right away.
Heather said hi from Manalapan.
Hello, Heather. How are you?
And Prudy said, hello, Rob and Chris. Hello.
I am Prudy.
And Emily says, hello, Chef Rob.
Emily, always a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Everybody, I'm just going to cut this right down the middle here. Okay. Just twist this around. This is a heavy watermelon. Look at that. Is that beautiful? That is a nice watermelon. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to kind of quarter this. Okay, check for prices too, because when I bought this at a supermarket on Long Island, if you bought it already like this, it was 99 cents a pound. But if you bought the whole watermelon, it was $5.99. Let's do the math. Okay, you can only imagine what I did, right? I bought the whole thing. You gotta. Now, when you're working with the watermelon, what's a really good thing to do is just cut a little piece off of the bottom of the watermelon like this. That way it stops it from rocking, okay? And that way you can work with this really good. So when I'm making this salsa, I just want to use the watermelon part, not the rind at all. I go halfway through and I actually don't even take the knife out. I just kind of go around just like this. I'm using an offset serrated knife.
Jackie says hi from Rogers Memorial Library.
Hello, Jackie.
Tom says hello. Abby said I haven't had watermelon in a while. And the Rockville Center Library said great tip.
Ah, thank you. See, so there is really nothing on there. And what I like to do now to make it like a salsa is just cut it into little pieces just like this, and I lay them on top of each other. This is really good with just some chips, but it's also really refreshing with like a roasted chicken or maybe a blackened fish or some blackened shrimp. anything like that. Really refreshing. Now, watermelon on Long Island here will be coming to an end really soon. So if you haven't had it yet, okay, or you've been buying it, it's time to get it before it goes away.
Gail X, do you pickle the rind?
Do I pickle the rind? I have done that, Gail, but I have not done that in I can't tell you how many years. I'm usually at your library, Gail, and I don't have time to pickle it. But yeah, absolutely, you could do that. So I am just cutting this into thin strips. And now,
sorry.
That's all right. And now just kind of just go like this, and you get nice, small little pieces. Go ahead, Chris.
Dana from the Southold Library said, "Hi, Chef Rob. I love those tips too. A simple cut to make the watermelon not rock."
Very simple like that. Do that with cantaloupe, honeydew, anything like that. And hello, Dana.
And it was Gail Ruber that said that.
I knew that. Oh, okay. We do have our other Gail on there. Yeah. Gail from Bayport Blue Point, who is wonderful also. So we are just cutting this into small little pieces. And now, just going to take this, put it right in here. Look at that. That is some really good watermelon. And get all that juice in there. I have done this one at a lot of the libraries before. I've done this with children as well. And they make some watermelon fire and ice salsa and they take it home. I'm going to add some green pepper to it. And the green against the red watermelon goes really well. Okay. If you're not a green pepper lover, you can certainly leave it out. This is really all, it's up to you whether you want to put all these ingredients or just the ones that you like in it, and it will taste good. What's really important is the lime juice in here though, okay? So I'm just giving this a nice rough chop. And yeah, unbelievable that 8 weeks since we started doing this has really gone. It's been so much fun. I should have made it a 10-week camp, right? Maybe next summer we'll do that. Okay, I'm going to add some fresh lime juice. Okay, so I'm just going to take, you want a nice light lime just like that. And just squeeze this in here. So you want about a tablespoon. So one of these, just about a tablespoon, depending on the size you get. And then we're going to add in a little bit of cilantro too. Cilantro, not for everybody, but add what you like to it, okay? Usually about, for your recipe, 1 tablespoon is enough. I'm just gonna give this a nice rough chop. We're gonna toss this around in here. Love when this sauce is around the house. Okay, and now some scallions. Just going to take the little root off here. It's about a tablespoon's worth, so you really just need one scallion. I'm just going to go right down the center, just like this. Okay. This part here is a little tough, so we're just going to take that off and get rid of that. And now I'm just going to give that a nice rough chop. And in a little bit, we're going to do a Brazilian steakhouse pineapple on the barbecue. So we're going to step out back, and you will absolutely love that pineapple. See, that's one of those dishes I can't do at the library. So there is some good things about this, right? Being at home watching this. Okay, let's put this scallion right in here. About a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt. And the salt just brings out that watermelon flavor. And I'm going to take 1 jalapeno. I always recommend you use some gloves when you're dealing with a jalapeno or any hot pepper, habanero, okay? Because the seeds, it stays on your finger, and if you rub anywhere your eyes or that, you're going to feel it. So be really cautious with that, okay?
Sid said, made it. Hello from Chicagoland.
Sid, welcome back. How are you, my friend? I hope you are doing good in Chicago. Now, Sid, I have to ask you, are you a Cubs fan or are you a White Sox fan? And did you watch Field of Dreams the other day?
Abby X, do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do have a lot of YouTubes out there. I think I made about 150 YouTubes. And Chris and I, we just filmed one the other day. We actually made a potato leek soup for January. So as we are in hot and humid here in summer, we were making winter videos. And that's just what we have to do. So I'm going to add this jalapeno in here.
Sid said, I was out gardening. I grew up on the north side of Chicago, which is Cub territory.
Okay, Wrigley, right? Wrigley Field. So everybody, just take this, just toss this around really good, just like this, and it is absolutely delicious.
Abby said you should get one.
Thank you, Abby.
And Monmouth County Library said Field of Dreams game was great.
Something very, very special, nice to see, and that's what it should all be about, you know, just having a lot of fun. I'm going to put some chips here with the watermelon salsa, okay? I do want to show everybody something else with the watermelon, too, that I like to do. I'm going to clean this up here.
Monmouth County Library said so colorful.
Thank you. So, I'm just going to take a nice big chunk like this. I'm going to tell you two different things that I've done. I do a lot of children's programs. I do a lot of adult teens. I do a lot of libraries here on Long Island in person, and sometimes we make a watermelon cheesecake pizza. I know some of you are saying, that doesn't sound right. But I had a class with 40 kids in it one time, okay? And it was cream cheese, it was the powdered sugar, a little vanilla. So you make a cheesecake filling, and then what you do is you spread it right on top of here. And this is the crust, this would be what you would hold it with. And then you put blueberries, you put strawberries, you put raspberries on here. And I had about 40 kids in the class, probably about 25 of them like, I'm making it. About 15 of them said, I'm not making it. The kids made it, and then the next day, in a little while after they made it, they're like, can we make it now? We see him eating it. He loves it. So it was a lot of fun. Yes, Chris?
Let's see. Rena X, would yellow pepper be okay to use?
Absolutely, yes.
Amy and Flynn say hi from North Carolina. Hello.
Amy and Flynn, hello. I hope the drive was good.
Ryan says, doing another game next year. As long as the Yankees lose, it's a great day.
No. Well, I don't want to go against Sid in Chicago here, so. Everybody, another thing that you can do with watermelon, just take it right off of the rind, just like this. Brush it with a little olive oil, a little kosher salt, and throw it on the barbecue. Get some real nice grill marks on here, and put like a little chopped Greek salad on top, and it is delicious. It is so good, okay? So, just some ideas for watermelon, what you could do with it. Okay, so as Chris is showing you, this here is our watermelon fire and ice salsa. So, I don't know how many out there have gone to a Brazilian steakhouse. Chris and I have gone to a few. My wife and I too, and usually like it's called Fogo de Chao, Texas Day Brazil that we'll go to, and we've gone to some other ones as well. And a lot of times they do this pineapple that is unbelievable. I'm going to show you some different ways that you can do it. Go ahead,
Sid said it last week I had some grilled pineapple.
Some grilled pineapple. Okay, grilling the pineapple. So grilled fruit is excellent. So before we went on, what I did was I took these skewers because I want to put these in the water for at least 10 minutes. Since they're so large, you got to switch them around, okay? Because this way, when you put them on the barbecue, they're not going to burn, okay?
Dana from Southold said, that watermelon cheesecake idea is so unique. How do you think of that?
Dana, you lay in bed, you think, and you know, you're driving home from a class and you say, you may hear something or you just put something together like that and you know, you get ideas. I can't fix nothing, can't do a lot of things like that, but I have a creative mind, and and hopefully I bring it to your library. We've done it before. I think we're doing pumpkin pie muffins and cinnamon sugar at your library. Yes.
Sid said I was at a Brazilian steakhouse when I had it.
Okay.
And Abby X, have you ever been to Aruba?
Aruba? No, I have not. No.
Let's see. Vivian said grilled peaches.
Grilled peaches, really good.
And Janet said I used to go to Greenfield's Brazilian barbecue. It was awesome.
Absolutely, so good. So let's talk about pineapple now. Okay, so the pineapples, you want it to be firm all the way around, but it should have just a little give, okay, just a little bit, okay. A little yellowing going up here is very helpful too, because it goes to the stem and it makes sure that the pineapple is really ripe, okay. A lot of times when you get a tag, you want to see that on the tag it says jet fresh. What jet fresh means is it was flown from Hawaii to the supermarkets, and it has not made stops, anything like that, and it's as fresh as it gets.
They land right in aisle 8.
It can be hard to find them sometimes, but look around, check out the tags. If you see one that says that you're getting a good pineapple, one of the best places I have found pineapples is BJ's. BJ's they can't fail. Boy, if somebody's out there that works from BJ's, they'll say, thank you, right?
Yeah, we accept gift cards.
Yeah. So everybody, what I want to do with this, the pineapple also, a lot of times you just pick a leaf and it will be ripe. But it doesn't always hold true because they come from so many different regions now. So just because the leaf comes out, it's not like how it was years ago. There's so many out there now, so be careful that it's ripe.
Abby said my parents' honeymoon was at Hawaii. And Emily said, there's nothing like fresh pineapple in Hawaii. This is a great tip. Now I'll look for this whenever I buy pineapple. And also Sid said, when I was at a dole plantation in Hawaii, they brought in the pineapple from the Philippines.
Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, you just never know. Okay. So, everybody, I am just going to cut this off here. Cut this little top right here. Okay. Cut the bottom off. Now, I'm going to do 2 of these because I want to show you 2 different ways. And I am just going to cut right down the side. I don't want to get any of those little black spots still left on here, so I want to make sure I trim that off. But I don't want to waste any pineapple. So we are going to make a brown sugar and cinnamon mixture and white sugar as well. And coat this.
Mason said, when you get a chance, going back to watermelon cheesecake,
yes.
No eggs, right? Just the cream cheese, sour cream, and vanilla?
Exactly, yes, yes.
And Brian said, also smell the bottom of the pineapple and it should smell sweet if it's ripe.
Very true, Brian, yes.
And Sid said they don't grow it in Hawaii anymore since the land became too valuable.
Ah, very interesting. It's been a while. It's been 25 years since I've been there. 26 years. All right, I got that wife, right? Okay, so I'm just going to leave this one to the side right here, too. Okay. Now, when you deal with the pineapple as well, if you leave it on the counter and you think you're going to get it a little riper, it's not really happening that way. What happens is it will get a little softer and a little bit more softer, just a little softer, but not sweeter, okay? So it's not going to really ripen anymore. It'll be a little juicier, though. Yes.
Mom said almost 27.
Oh, yes, almost 27. Because we're in August. It's unbelievable.
Sid said, I learned that you could tell it's ripe by pulling out a leaf. If it comes out fairly easily, it's ripe. Usually
that is true, but if you, they come from so many different places now, doesn't happen all the time. I'd say probably like 80%, it's very true. I'm just going to cut this pineapple here as well. And then we're going to be throwing this on the barbecue. And if anybody has any questions or comments, please let me know. Next week even though our summer camp is ending, next Monday is our virtual food festival, and we are making 3 summer dishes. And one of them is a grilled flatbread with peaches, prosciutto, goat cheese, and a balsamic drizzle with fresh basil on it. So if you want to make that with us and continue this along, it's just called something else. It's still like a camp, so you could still all come back, okay? We're also going to do a West Coast salad with shrimp, corn, and avocado, which is really, really good, and then baby key lime pies. Okay, so one of these pineapples I am going to leave nice and whole. One of them I am just going to cut right against the core, lay it flat. Cut another one.
Sid X, any houses on your block for sale?
No, actually, no, there's not. We had one go up about a week and a half ago, and there was 8 offers on it, I heard. So no, they like food, I understand though. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to make these into spears. Okay, so give it a nice good chunk just like that. See how that is? Okay, so that way you can get the skewer in there. And usually you can get about 8 nice spears on here. Now, for any adults that are just doing this for adults, you could soak this in some rum, tequila, whiskey, anything like that. If kids want to just soak it in like some apple juice, something like that, or you don't have to soak it at all, okay? So let me just put these kebab sticks in here. As I'm putting them in here, I'm just going to put them right on this plate right here as we go out to the barbecue. And then, Chris, bulgogi time.
Yes, it is.
So everybody, just take the skewer, make sure it goes in there pretty far.
Abby said, once me and my family made rainbow pasta and rainbow grilled cheese.
Abby, you're very lucky.
And Rena X, how long would you soak the pineapple?
Soak the pineapple, I would say about a half hour, 40 minutes is probably good enough, okay? You don't want it to get too soft, so make sure the pineapple is firm enough that you can grill it if you are doing it like this, like the kebabs, okay? So everybody, some of the other classes we have coming up, September 25th, we are going to have an apple festival. And then that is at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And then on October 23rd, 3 o'clock, we have a harvest baking and cooking festival. And then on November 20th at 3 o'clock Eastern time, we are doing a Thanksgiving food festival. So getting ready for Thanksgiving there. And then we are going to do some holiday baking with a lot of different cookie recipes. So if you want to bake along with us, check out your library first, and if not, you can always go to my Facebook page and you could look at it there. Okay?
The Monmouth County Library said, really looking forward to the Apple Festival.
I am too, but I do want summer to just kind of hold back just a little bit. So I am going to have a lot of pineapple around here. And so I got, let's see, 6, 7, 8, I got 9 out of this, okay? And again, make sure you soak these skewers.
Perfect. 8 for me, 1 for you. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
This is perfect and not a tremendous amount of calories. It's really just, you're just getting that sugar on there, okay? And you can even lighten up on the sugar if you want to.
Emily X, will you have a holiday baking festival again?
Emily, I am, and it's on December 11th, and it is at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
And Sid said so many new kinds of apples.
Unbelievable how many, yes. Have you ever had a lemonade apple? I got it at a supermarket here on Long Island. I think it was, I didn't see it last year, the year before. And it was really delicious. You get that bite, and it just had a little lemonade after taste. It was really good. So everybody, I am going to take some brown sugar.
Emily said thank you. Looking forward to all the festivals.
Thank you. So a half cup of brown sugar, a half cup of white sugar, and then about a tablespoon of the ground cinnamon. And let's just mix this up really well. You may have to make a little more. Well, I'm making a lot, so I may have to double this. But you don't want to just waste the sugar, the cinnamon, because once the pineapple gets in it, it's done.
Sid said no. Last new fruit I had was cotton candy grapes.
Cotton candy grapes.
I really wanted to try that.
Oh, yeah? They
Yeah.
had them here. It's been a long time, though.
I don't remember. And then Abby said my mom makes the best cherry pie.
Cherry pie. Abby's very lucky. Okay, so everybody, for the first one, let me show you what we would do. Take this pineapple. I just want to get these little brown things off the outside here. And then we are just going to put this into the cinnamon sugar and roll it right in here. And just take this, give this a good dusting. Put the bottoms in, just like that. Coat it really well. You know, if it's winter and you want to make something like this and you just want to roast this in the oven or an indoor grill, you certainly could do that. Okay. I'm just going to put that right here. So, you could take a rotisserie and just rotisserie this for about 10 minutes over the barbecue. Okay, and it comes out delicious. If you want to just take this whole piece and put it on the barbecue, which I am going to do, you will see how it will turn out in just a little bit. And now I'm going to take these skewers just like this and just kind of dust these. Again, if you want to take these and kind of soak them in your favorite, whatever it may be, go right ahead. And I think I will have enough here. So again, don't make too much of the mix unless you're gonna make it another one the next day or so, because the pineapple juice gets in here. You could always leave half the mix on the side too. So we're doing all of these here.
Janet asked, how long would you bake in the oven and at what temperature?
I would roast that at about a 425 oven for about 15 minutes. And if you want to get it a little charred, you could put the broiler on, right on top of it. Okay. So after we finish these here, we are going to go out to the grill, put these right on the grill, and I will show you how they come out and how you can serve them. This is just really delicious after you maybe had a heavy meal, and just kind of rub this in here just like that.
Sid said local grocery has Athena muskmelons on sale. Any idea how they taste?
Muskmelons are great. They're tremendous. I think they're better than the cantaloupes this time of the year. We get a lot of them. We go over the North Shore. A lot of the farm stands have them, and they're really, really good. Yes, please get one, and then next time we talk, let me know how it was for you, Sid. I know you'll be happy. Let's make sure it's nice and ripe. If it's not ripe, put it in a brown paper bag with an apple, a banana, or a tomato. In a couple days, it will be beautifully ripe. And that goes for avocados, peaches, anything like that. Okay, a perfect amount. So this mixture made two, I would say, medium-sized pineapples. Okay.
Gail said the leftover cinnamon sugar with the pineapple juice might make interesting cinnamon toast.
Absolutely. Somehow we can use it up.
And also, Sid X, how do you tell if they're ripe?
The cantaloupe, you should be able to smell it, okay? And you don't want any soft spots on it, but you should be able to get a nice deep melon smell to it, okay? Or you can leave it in your car overnight and it'll be nice and ripe the next day. It'll be like it's in the tropics. All right, so everybody, let's go out to the grill. We're going to be tossing this around a few times. This could take about 8 to 10 minutes. These are a little quicker, and you're just really trying to brown it and caramelize it just a little bit.
Brian said Eastern melons are terrific tasting, much larger than the lobes, but much better tasting.
Yep, very good. Okay. You ready to go outside, Chris, and start grilling?
Yep, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, everybody, so magically I have a real nice hot grill. Thank you, wife. So this pineapple here, I am just going to take and put right on here like that. And if you have the rotisserie on here, you just have it going right up top here and just have it continuously spinning for about 10 minutes. I do leave the lid open for this.
The Monmouth County Library said magic.
This with a little bit of like a coconut ice cream or sorbet or vanilla ice cream. Oh, so good. And make sure you move these around enough, okay? Because what that will do is you don't want to burn them, okay? Because with the sugar, they're going to get charred really, really quickly.
That smells good.
Okay? You smelling that?
Yes.
So everybody, in a few minutes we'll go in. Chris will make the bulgogis. If you've never had bulgogis, Chris has been to a lot of Korean restaurants, and one of his favorite dishes, and he made up a marinade, and so you're going to enjoy it. He took it for a test drive last week, and that was dinner here, and it was excellent. Good job, Chris.
Thank you.
Again, just see how that is right there? We're just going to keep flipping these just a little bit.
Janet said, I'm wondering how many delicious meals have come off that grill.
Yeah, but when I go back into the libraries, not many, Janet. Not many at all. Unless Chris, Robert, or my wife is whipping up something. Really
Yeah, I'll make
good.
bulgogis every night on there.
Keep turning this, okay? You do lose a little bit of the cinnamon sugar on here, but it does go down into the pineapple, so it is really, really good. And these here, just a couple minutes that you need. It's really, you're just caramelizing the sugar and all.
Brian said, we want Chef Chris.
I think everybody out there wants Chef Chris tonight.
I think so, yeah.
And everybody, my Facebook page is Simply Creative Chef Rob. So if you want to check out more programs, we have a lot that we are doing this week. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a grilled salmon, sweet and spicy salmon, a grilled sweet and spicy chicken wings, and then a grilled pound cake with balsamic peaches and a brown sugar whipped cream. So if you want to see that, go to my Facebook page and it'll tell you how to check it out. Okay. And if you can see, the skewer's holding up really well, and it's because they soaked. Try to buy a skewer that is a little more solid, not a very flimsy one, let's say from the dollar store, because typically they'll just burn. You can soak them through the snow for the winter and they'll still burn.
Joan asks, can you freeze?
Can you freeze the pineapple? After it's done, I would say no. I wouldn't say that it would be really good. So, you know, if it's somebody out there that's by themselves, you know, a pineapple typically is around $1.99 to $2.99. Typically, that's the highest you should pay. So, you know, give some to a neighbor, family.
Let's see. Rena said some libraries may have an outdoor area to use for a small grill, but it depends on their insurance permits that.
Yeah, I have had many libraries ask me about doing an outdoor program, and it's not for me because, you know, you get the bugs. You get where it's very humid. It's not comfortable to be in front of the grill when it's, you know, not very comfortable out there. So typically, it's usually I don't do those.
Susan said, made your vegetable torte over the weekend. So colorful and tasty.
I have that class coming up, the vegetable torte. That is Wednesday night. So if anybody wants to check that out.
And Abby X, did you ever try orange strawberry banana?
Orange strawberry banana, meaning to do it like this? No, I have not. So I am going to take these here off, and I'm going to let the bigger pineapple still on here. Okay. These are really, oh, they smell so good.
Oh, she said it's a juice.
A juice. No, I have not had that juice. You know, maybe when my kids were younger, I had it. That's something like a Tropicana type juice.
And then also, Joan X, can you freeze fresh pineapple on the stick and defrost and then coat in the sugar mix and grill?
I would not really freeze, you know, like a fresh pineapple. So I would say, no, you really want to use it when it's nice and ripe, ready to go, but has a little firmness to it as well. Okay. So we're just going to give this a minute or two, and then I'm going to actually show you how to kind of serve this, like, or if you went to a Brazilian steakhouse, exactly the way they would serve it to you. Okay. If you haven't been to one of them, they're a lot of fun. They are pricey, and now, especially with the meats, the way they are, very, very high, it can be very expensive. Chris, you zoom back on these right here. Okay. If anybody out there grills corn, corn is excellent, just grilled. I love the grilled corn. A lot of times I'll take the piece of aluminum foil, just lay it right on the grill right here, and just kind of roll the corn in here. Okay, you can either do it in the husk, or you could take it out of the husk. If you take it out of the husk, you seem to get a little bit more of a charred taste to it. So if that's the way you like it, but if you leave the husk on, typically you'll get it a little bit more steamed in there. It'll cook a little quicker like that.
Sid said, I live 1 minute from one and they aren't bad. $38 for dinner.
Oh, Sid, that's very good. Wow.
And
where I am, it's about 64. Sid, you sure you want to move here?
And Emily said, yes, my Aunt Jessie makes grilled corn.
All right, so I am going to take this off. I'm going to show you this really nice golden color right here. See how that is? We'll turn these off, and then I am just going to show you exactly how to slice this, and then it's Chris's showtime. Chris, you want to get that big pineapple there? So it's really your choice of which way you want to do it.
Rena said Heather said we grill corn all the time. Rena said we like to grill the corn in the husk and then remove the silk to make it a little easier. Yep. And Heather said looks yummy.
Thank you so much. So everybody, if you take it and put it on a rotisserie just like this, okay, and just twist it around, that is exactly how it will look. And then if you're serving it right then, nice and warm, you can actually just go like this. Just kind of slide the pineapple down. And this is where they would come around to your table. And they would say, slice like that. Okay. And then they would take a fork and lift it right onto your plate just like that. Okay, what wrong side? There you go.
Abby said, I'm sorry, Chris, are you Rob's kid? Yes, I'm his son.
He's my boss also. So this is exactly how they would serve it to you, okay? So if you have a nice rotisserie, you could just kind of shave it just like that. So does anybody have any more questions for me? Because we're going to let Chris do some cooking now, and then we'll turn it back to me at the very end, and that will be it. we could just go back for anybody that came in late. This is our watermelon fire and ice salsa.
Sit at mine. Everyone has tongs to grab the slice as it's being cut off.
Yep, because you need the knife. So yeah, it could either be tongs or a fork. Either one of those would work well. Okay, everybody. We're going to welcome in Chris and enjoy my camera work. Okay. All right. And please.
Hello, everyone.
So this is Chris.
Yes.
Chris will be making beef bulgogis, which is Korean. Okay.
Yes, I am. So yes, it's Korean barbecue beef bulgogi. And I'm trying to think how long ago it was. 5-6 years ago that I first tried it in Virginia, and oh, it was really good. So yeah, I tried a few recipes, and it was really good. So that's why I decided I'm gonna make it tonight. Susan's request. She requested it, so that is why
and
I'm making it.
Susan said, "Welcome and hello, Colleen."
Yes,
and
hello. Let's see. So I can read some comments if he doesn't see them.
And we're getting a drum roll.
Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start off making the marinade. And one of the first things you might want to do is get your ribeye, or you could try your top sirloin, tenderloin area, anything like that. So that's what I did. And you can see here how thin I sliced it. Just like this. So you could do it, you could have the butcher do it at the store, or you could do it yourself. I did it myself. Wasn't fun. No. It was good though. So the first thing, let's see. Oh, ask Chris about Honey Pig. Yes, Honey Pig was the place that I first tried it in Virginia. That's my uncle that's saying that. And yeah, really, really good. I looked for the shirt from there, but I couldn't find it.
We're getting a lot of hellos, Chris. Welcome, Chris.
Hello.
Get Chris an apron, get him a hat.
Where can we find the recipe? You can get the recipe on our Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob. So the first thing you want to do for the marinade,
or your library,
yes, if they posted it, is soy sauce. So for this, you're going to add 3 tablespoons. So I'll add that in right now.
Dana's saying, so good to see you, Chris. Not just your voice, but seeing you.
Thank you. It's nice to hear you, too.
And Colleen and the family from Bayport Blue Point. What unbelievable family.
Hello. Thank you. And then, let's see. The next thing you're going to want to add is the light brown sugar. You could do light brown sugar. You could do dark brown sugar. But, or if you don't have either of those, you could do the just regular sugar. So this, you're going to do 2 tablespoons of the light brown sugar.
Emily would like to know, can you use low sodium?
Yes, you could. That is what we have right here. And that's mostly what you find is the low sodium.
And that's usually what the doctor recommends for most of us out there, right?
That is true.
I know for me too, yep.
Okay, so after you add all that, you're going to do 1 tablespoon of honey. And if I find it easier for when you're doing that, to spray it with a little bit of canola spray, oil, stuff like that, just so it doesn't stick to the inside of it. There we go, just a little bit. And you're going to do 1 tablespoon of honey to give it that nice glaze, and it's really good for the marinade. Any more comments? Great tip, thank you.
This is an amazing father and son team.
Thank you.
It has been fun.
Yeah, so I sprayed it.
And a great tip.
Most of it just came out really easily. So now after that, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of rice cooking wine or red wine, the vinegar. So this is what we have right here. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that.
We're getting cameraman is not as good as Chris. It needs a lot more work on the Zoom. And that, everybody, is Brian Scott, which, you know my name, Robert Scott. So that has to be my brother.
Yes. So that's 2 tablespoons. Next, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. This, you do not want to add too much of this, or it will be not fun eating this. So once you get to the 1 tablespoon, just leave it at that. Don't add any more. Close that up. Then after that, you're going to do 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic. I left that in the fridge just to keep it nice and cold.
We're going to zoom in onto some of this. The marinade right here.
So we'll cut up this pack right here. Any more comments?
We have Rena saying, do you refrigerate sesame oil?
No, you don't. You don't have to. And Abby said, Chris, you remind me of my brother. Maybe. I don't know. So this doesn't have to be exact the amount you do. Just a few of the garlic cloves. And what I do is I smash it down with the knife. If you want to zoom in and show. Just to get all that flavor out. Any more comments out there?
Nope. We have a lot of people watching you though, Chris.
Perfect.
I knew tonight was going to be popular because of Chris. It was nothing about me. It was Chris tonight. It's Chris's show.
It's my first time cooking, actually. No, I'm kidding. I made peanut butter and jelly before.
I asked Chris if he thought this tonight was his big break and that. He says, break for what?
Yeah. Still working. If you have any more questions or comments, leave them in the chat. So once you chop that up, put that right in here with everything else. Then you do 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Just add in whatever amount you want. If you like it, add extra. If not, it's fine. Then you're going to do 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame seeds. So this is what I did. Starts out nice light. And then you get it kind of brownish light to a little bit dark. And once they start toasting, just stop. So you're going to put that in a pan like this. You don't have to add any oil or everything's going to stick together. And just shake it. Then you get this. So add that right into here. And if you like it, you can add it. If not, you don't have to. It's nothing that relies on it in the recipe for the flavor. So then after that, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of chopped scallions. If you like scallions, add extra. If not, doesn't bother me.
And how long would you marinate this for, Chris?
How long would you marinate it for? So you can marinate it for at least 30 minutes, or if you want to have it last, like let it marinate even longer, you could do it up to 24 hours, but after that, and you want to keep that in the fridge, but after 24 hours, you are going to want to put it into the freezer, just because like you don't want it to go bad or anything like that. And then once you want to cook it, you let it out for a little bit to defrost, and then you can just cook it right in the pan. You could do it on a grill as long as it doesn't go right through. So you chop off the bottom and you chop off the top of the scallions. And I like scallions, so I will add lots and lots of scallions. And also, if you want, you could add other vegetables like carrots. You could do peppers. You can do any other vegetables like mushrooms. Mushrooms are good for this. And I like pepper, so I'm going to do a red bell pepper. I'm going to add that right in here.
They're liking how you clean up as you cook. A real pro.
Yes,
Makes
it easier.
And that was from the Monmouth County Library. And then also Sid was saying, basically make it to taste. And Sid's problem is it's usually too salty.
Too salty? What you could do is make sure that the soy sauce you're getting is low sodium. And we don't add any other salt in there. So if you do want to add it, you can. If not, it's okay. So we're going to add that right into the marinade. So then after that, we're going to do 3 tablespoons of grated onion. So the purpose of this is just to give it that texture that's really good for the marinade. And this is the one I do it on, just where it's nice small holes, but it's not so small like this that you're only getting the juice. You want to get the pieces of the onion too. So I took off the outside of the onion, and you just grate this down. And you could use a little more than half of the onion, and it should be good. If you see in here, the texture that it should be of what's coming out, if you want to zoom in. If you do not have scallions, can you use an onion? Yes, you could use onion, or you could just leave it out. You don't need to use it.
And just like Sid said, you can make it just to your taste.
Yes. Something you could really work with. You could add a lot of stuff to it. It's just stuff like the soy sauce, the honey, the rice wine vinegar. You don't want to get rid of that. You want to keep that all the same for the marinade. So yeah, I have the 1 pound of the ribeye beef, and yeah, it's really good for this. It's nice and tender, and I'm not going to be marinating it for too long, just a little bit, but of course the longer you do it, the more tender it's going to be, and the better tasting it's going to be.
And Gail had asked if you can use chives if you don't have scallions.
Yeah, you could add chives, and yes, you have.
Aunt Prudy, I see, is watching still. So hello again, yes. Aunt Prudy.
Hello, Aunt Prudy.
Glad you stayed. You didn't really come for me. You came for Chris. I know it.
Yep,
I just know it.
Just for me. Yeah. Yeah. Come on over from North Carolina, and I'll give you all this beef bulgogi.
So we have so many libraries out there, and they come from Arkansas and Utah and Pennsylvania and Connecticut, Rhode Island. Please let Massachusetts, I know, definitely. So many different, and of course my home state, Long Island, all the different Long Island libraries. It's been just a lot of fun working with you all during the pandemic, before the pandemic, and going forward even after. Hopefully this all goes away.
Yes, I'm going to add a little more onion, but once you get to like half, 3/4 of the onion left, you can, or once you use that amount, then you should be good. But again, if you like the onion for the taste, you could add more. If not, it's okay. And you don't have to spray the pan. Just because of the marinade, it doesn't stick to it. But you got to keep moving it. So that's how much of the onion is left here. And let's see.
Does grating onion make a big difference compared to just chopping it, Chris?
You could chop it, but it is also for the consistency. So I don't know if you could see right in here. It's like very watery and almost like a puree. So you could use the onion puree, like do it like the way that I did, pear puree, and yeah, it'll come out really good. So what you're going to do next is take a whisk. Yes, you have a question or comment?
It's a comment. It's from our wonderful Susan. Thank you to the Scott family for making the pandemic bearable.
Yes, thank you for watching too.
Susan, you and there's many others, and have all been, you guys made it bearable as well. You know, being with us every day. We have enjoyed doing this. We wish it was under better circumstances, but you know, Chris and I, to be able to put this together, I couldn't do it without him. And well, Chris, could you do this without me?
Sure,
you'd be filming nothing, right?
Yeah.
But no, it made a nice team, and we'll always remember this.
Yes, definitely.
And hopefully we're not going to let it go. We're going to keep doing the food festivals, and we are still going to do some libraries from some of the wonderful states that we have enjoyed working with.
Let's see. Rena said, wondering how fast I can drive out to Hampton Bays for curbside pickup. Yeah, if you're here in 2 minutes, you'll get it. But after that, it'll be gone. I'll be eating it. So yeah, once you're done mixing it, what you can do is turn on the stove or the grill, whatever you're working on, and you're going to turn this on to like medium to high. Doesn't have to be too hot, doesn't have to be too low. It's mostly just to get the pan nice and hot, and also the beef should be cooked on both sides. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to have to keep moving it so that it's all good to eat, so it's not raw or anything like that. So once you have the marinade like this, what Let's see, I'm going to get some gloves on. Look at this, I'm only using one pair. In this, if he was doing this, probably about 30 pairs.
Yeah, I do go through a lot of gloves.
Let's see. Abby said, I've had so much fun with you. Thank you. Uncle Brian said they started curbside the other day. Sign is on the pole. Yes. The sign's right out there. If you can find the sign, you can get curbside. Can we see a close-up of the beef again to see how thin you sliced it? Yes. You want it just like this, so it's nice and tender.
And go right in the bowl.
Especially if you're not marinating it long, it's perfect for just doing it like this. And this is around 1 pound of the ribeye. So, what I'm going to do is put that right into here in the bowl. Let's see. It's getting hot. I'll turn it a little bit higher. Take that whisk out. And this is why you want the gloves, because you, if you want to zoom in,
sure,
are going to mash it. So you get all those juices and the soy sauce and the onion puree. You're going to get all that right into the meat.
Claire is asking, do I see blood?
Blood? No, there's no blood in this.
But it may be from the beef, but that it may have just come off that way. But Chris's fingers are all intact.
Yes, I think they're all good. But yeah, on the camera it might look a little more red than it is. How about marinated flank steak? Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
nice and tender. And yeah, you just want to keep going like this, just mash it all together. And some of the pieces are long like this, some are short like this. It really doesn't matter. You can put this over rice. You could put this, let's say, in lettuce wraps if you want to be healthy and keep it very low carb. Then also, you could put it into a wrap with some rice and some vegetables and a little bit of cheese if you want to do it. But even with, you don't really need that for the flavor. It's all good. But yeah, I do it mostly over rice. It's really good. Now, let's see if it's hot. And we'll wait a little bit because I'm going to chop up some pepper.
So this is actually a question from Gail to my brother Brian. So if we're in the mood for Southern cuisine, do we look for the sign for the drive-by pickup in Virginia? So is there a sign by your house, Brian? Let me know.
Yes, if you find his house too, then you can get curbside pickup.
My brother is in the food industry as well. He does more of the business end of it. So he's a general manager for about 7 restaurants. Noodles and Company, if anybody is familiar with it. There's only one on Long Island.
You could chop it up small like this, if you want to zoom in.
Sure.
Nice work, cameraman. Or you could also do bigger pieces. It just depends on what your preference is. I don't want to put too much because I want the focus to mostly be on the beef. Let's say nice and hot. So I'm going to use these. Use the plastic just because you don't want to scrape up the pan. It took about 30 minutes for me to find plastic ones today. But you're going to put them right on here. And you want to kind of spread out the beef because you want them to cook quickly. And yeah, you could turn it up if you see it's not cooking as fast as you would like. There we go.
Yes, say we have a lot of foodies in the family.
Let's see. Yeah, it's in Carl Place. Noodles and Company used to be at the Broadway Mall in Hicksville.
Yes,
yeah,
it did.
Good food.
Now I think just in Westbury.
Let's see. Yeah, Uncle Brian said, awesome in tacos and wraps. Yes, very good.
Gotta look so delicious.
Yes, it's really, really good.
Arena's saying, I was so happy when Noodles was in Hicksville. So much closer to her than the Westbury one.
And if you want, you can cook these peppers in here so they're nice and soft. Or if you want, you could just add them after, put them on top with the rice, the tacos, whatever you want. But I want them a little bit softer. So that's why I'm just going to put them in here with them.
So we have Toby saying, just wonderful to see Chris cooking, but of course he has the best teacher. Thanks, Chef Rob. I just had to read that one, Toby. I don't know why, I just felt the need to read that one. Thank you. No.
He didn't teach me. Giada did. Private lessons every day. But yes, he's a good chef. But
yes, they love how Chris is directing the cameraman while cooking. Multitasking pro.
Yes, multitasking at its
Paul
finest.
Dlug, I believe you're from Riverhead, right? Paul, am I correct? You're a big fan in person, I know. I know you're out there watching me a lot of the times. Thank you so much.
Let's see. If you have any questions for me or for my dad, ask anything you like.
And Chris, how long does something like that take to cook with all that amount of beef?
It depends the amount or what temperature you're cooking on. The highest, I would say like, I don't know, it could be somewhere like 10 minutes. Nothing terrible, especially because the pieces are so small.
Claire says, like this guy.
Yes.
I'm sure Chef Rob is beaming with pride that Chris is also cooking tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you like grilled corn on the cob? Yes, I do. It's very good.
That is from Emily.
Yes, and then Monmouth County Library. What might you serve with the barbecue? What might you serve with it? Well, it's more just you add vegetables. You don't need anything too heavy with this, so you could do a salad or...
As Brian said, it could be a taco and it could be a wrap as well, too.
Is this strictly a beef recipe or could you use chicken? Yes, you could use chicken. You can use like ground turkey, ground beef, stuff like that. It's the sauce that really makes it taste good. Are there any more versions of bulgogi? Any way you like, whether it's on, again, like the rice, the taco, or just by itself in a bowl. You could do it any way you like.
And Sid said to put on jasmine rice, which absolutely.
Yes. Dana said, what a fantastic dish. It looks colorful and delicious. Right up my alley. Yes, it's very good. Thank you.
Can you also toss in broccoli, Chris?
Can you toss in broccoli? Yes, but you would be kicked out of my house. No, not a fan of broccoli, but yeah, you could add any vegetables like that.
See, but you can come to my house because I love broccoli. Roasted broccoli. Oh, the best.
Like Uncle Brian said, you could add in the lettuce leaves, and it's really good. Let's see. Can you use fish? You might be able to. I'm not exactly sure how that would be. Or what? Do you have any suggestions, Chef Rob?
Well,
I mean, cameraman Rob.
The bulgogi with all the sauce, the different marinade that you've made. If you were to just take it and toss it with some shrimp or a fish, it would taste just fine. So just because it's not a traditional bulgogi, then it would just be just great. So Colleen is crying because you don't like broccoli, Chris. Or unless Colleen...
she's laughing.
Oh, she's
laughing. Good. Yeah, laugh at broccoli. It's not good. Just kidding. If you're a kid, you should eat your broccoli because it's very healthy.
And the Rockville Center said it looks so delicious.
Thank you. And yeah, you want to keep moving it around, especially because something like this, the heat's mostly in the middle and this pan is bigger just because of the amount of beef I'm making. So you want to keep moving it around, especially to the center. Move the center away to the side. But just make sure all that red and pink is all gone.
Chris, how many people are usually watching? Because there's 4,000 watching right now.
4,000? Oh, yeah, sure. We got 61, I say. So that's pretty good. Can you use pork instead of beef? Yes, you can. Emily said, looks delicious for sure.
Clara wants to know, ice cream?
Ice cream? Sure, eat ice cream.
I'm doing an ice cream class at the end of this week. I will be making chocolate ice cream, and I will be making cookies and cream ice cream. So if you want to find out where, just go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob.
No, actually, now it's Simply Creative Chef Chris. I changed the name of it.
Uh-oh. Now I'm scared.
I know, yeah. So if you want to add more scallions, because that's what I like. I love scallions. I'm going to take some more. And where's that? I'll move the cutting board.
That's sizzling away.
Yes, it is.
Emily loves ice cream.
If you want to show the scallions I'm cutting. So yeah, chop off the end. put these in soil unless you have some deer or they're going to eat them all.
Somebody's been paying attention.
I know, you said it a million times. Let's see. Yeah, it's good to add, like Gail was saying, it's good to add all those vegetables in there for different dishes, especially mac and cheese. So I'm going to keep moving this around a little bit more. And you know what time it is? Time to serve and eat. Looks all done.
Linda's saying, I bet it smells amazing. Well, you know, I didn't make it, but definitely it smells amazing. Thank you, Chris, for dinner.
Yes, you're
And
welcome.
the North Trails Library, Kathy, another keto-friendly dish.
Yes, it is. Very healthy. So, I made some white rice before, so what I'm going to do is just put that right onto the plate. Spread it all out. Just break up that pasta, or the pasta. There's no pasta here. Break up the rice just because it's been in the bowl and covered. Okay. Now what you are going to do is, how old, oh, yeah, she is very involved. I'm not sure how old she is. Let's see. Gonna put that bulgogi right on top. Now, Susan, now it's your turn to do a class. Yeah, you're gonna make bulgogi now.
And Gail is saying, isn't it nice when the kids cook dinner? You know, that's been one of the wonderful things with like doing this camp and our food festivals, that the families have all gotten together and make these things together. Some people just watch it and make it at a different time. And please just tell everybody, if you think this is for somebody that you know, tell them to go to the Facebook at the library or my page and enjoy making this with your friends or family.
So yes, this is all done right here.
Susan is going to make it this week, Chris. This week. And you know what? We know that's true.
Yes, that is true. Let's see. Now, if you want, because we didn't marinate this as long, it might be a little bit on the drier. It's not dry at all because of what you're using. But if you want extra sauce, just pour that right all over the beef. And get all those extra pieces of beef that were in here. And you can pour it right on top of the rice. And it is very, very good. Any more questions or comments?
A lot of people watching, and Rena Sauce for sure.
Yes.
Colleen, thank you both for you're truly an amazing family. Thank you so much, Colleen.
Yes, thank you. Now look, I'm chopping up those scallions now.
From Gail, Chef Chris, you did a great job. It looks wonderful, as did all of the recipes tonight. The Scott's family is the best. Thank you.
So because I chopped that all up now, it adds nice, beautiful color on top. And then you could take, let's see, take some pepper. If you want to show the pepper here.
Sure.
Good job, cameraman.
Emily is saying, good night, Chef and Rob and Chris, and everything looks delish.
Thank you. Good night, Emily.
The Rockville Center says, fantastic debuts, Chef Chris and cameraman Rob.
Thank you.
Sid says, I put wasabi peas on some dishes. Comsalog Public Library says, looks yummy, can't wait to make this dish. You guys are so wonderful. The Monmouth Library is saying, what a great final class. Thanks to Chef Rob and Chris for the fantastic classes. And we all hope everybody will watch next Monday night. Check out your library, if not my Facebook page. And we are going to have our summer food festival just like this, okay?
And before we finish that, you could add some sesame seeds right on top, toasted or not, but it's also more for the looks when you add them on top without toasting them.
Goodbye, Kathy from the North Trails Library. Always a pleasure.
There we go.
Look at that.
That is the beef bulgogi, Korean barbecue beef bulgogi, right over rice with some scallions and red bell peppers. So, there. Hope you enjoy it. I know I will. It's my dinner tonight. Goodbye.
So Chris, if you want to say good night, and then if you want to take the camera, and I will just step over here for a minute or two,
Yes.
and then we will say good night to everybody.
Wow, with chopsticks. Yes, very impressive. Okay.
Gail says great finale.
Oh, you're over there.
I'm over here, yes. See, I actually gave Chris my setup tonight. You know, he got my table and that. Got this little portable table over here. I just want him to be real comfortable and all that. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for 8 weeks. Again, we've had a great time. And all the comments, thank you for saying all those things and getting you through the pandemic. Our pleasure. You know, we all need to work together, and this is just a small part. And whatever you can do, help somebody out, do something nice for somebody, and you'll feel so much better.
We got a bunch of people saying goodnight, people saying thank you. Let's see. Your brother said Chef Rob is the cleanup tonight. Yes, that is true. You get it all, I'll clean up that plate. I'll eat it all. Then let's see. Aunt Prudy said great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yep, bunch of thank yous and yep, lots of thank yous.